We start the process of qualifying for the TriHard 500 with E-main number 1, with Jamie Shaw in the first position, flanked by the number 74 of Dan Wright. Right behind them is the 90 of Veronica Press. I see there the 36 of Tegan Robertson. By the end of the first lap, you see Dan Wright finding himself in ahead as we get the halfway point of this 18-lap race. Dan Wright goes through with the help of Veronica Press. There you see the 40 from CJK Racing. I see the number 4 there from Project 4 and Rachel Jackson in the 37 running up front of this first pack, who breaks away from the rest of the field. And as we come to the final lap, it's between Tegan Robertson and Danny Wright. Wright's gonna get to the tri-oval on the lead, dive to the inside. Robertson's not gonna have enough time to make the move, and winning E-main number 1 is gonna be Dan Wright in the 71 car. As you see, the top 8 qualify for the D-mains. As you see, Dan Wright, Tegan Robertson, Rachel Jackson, Veronica Press, Darvin Alvin, Rick Martin, Jamie Shaw, and Patrick Hayes, while Dennis Seacombe, Terry Coburn, Cesar Colbert, and Steve Garrett Jr. will go home. Leading E-main number 2 is going to be David Lamar with the number 75 there from Oliver Curlum Racing. And I see Ronnie Samples starting very well. He had a very poor showing in the time trials. The 35 of Craig Butler also appears up there. The 17 of Brendan Fletcher, also part of this group. Vic Corey bringing the rear off the field as David Lamar gets beaten by the number 75. The 75 runs away. There goes Ronnie Samples to the inside of the 12. Those two should be the strongest cars in the field together with the 83. And there goes Samples to the inside, seeking to take the lead on turn number 3. And he will get it done. Getting out of turn number 4, Ronnie Samples is gonna be the leader of E-main number 2. As you see, as he rounds out the tri-oval, and he has a very, very easy time with the lead of the race. By the time we get to lap number 10, you see the pack broke away. This is going to be a pattern we're going to see in these first qualifiers, I believe, because we have a lot of top heavy cars that had poor showings, and a lot of cars that are just independent, small teams that are either not from the series or just running in the Modified Cup or the local leagues, and they just don't have the same equipment as these more top heavy cars. But Ronnie Samples has the lead, and he's gonna win with a large gap over the 60 of Kendall Hendrick, and he takes E-main number 2. He qualifies for the second E-main. As you see, the field single file, very, very spread away. Ashley Elliott's gonna take 3rd place, Rick Lewis 4th, Bobby Clark 5th, Craig Butler 6th, Clint Harrell and David Lamar will close out the top 8, which will qualify to the second D-main. Dixie Robinson, Brendan Fletcher, Vic Corey, and Danielle Shepard go home empty-handed as you see the start of D-main number 1 with Steve Holliday Jr. leading the field. Peter Johnson starts on his outside. The second Zach Tech car, the 232 Jason Prescott. That car was entered to help to help the chances of... Oh, trouble! Trouble with the 61 getting into the back of the 232. Contact with Bobby Savage, Aurora Willa Judy all the way from Australia. Gets in trouble early. She's trying to slow down on the grass. She's not going to be able to. Strikes the 63 and the number 90, and that's gonna be the first caution of the qualifying races of the Alphabet Soup here in Talladega. And what I was gonna say about the 232 Jason Prescott, he's in this race to help the 03 of Blake Chandler win the title. They need the most entries possible to build enough points so that Blake Chandler has an easier job, and in the case Blake Chandler fails to qualify, if they make it in, it's easier for them as Dan Wright gets turned by Jamie Shaw well away into the apron. There is not gonna be a caution. Dan Wright behind the 8 ball as Aurora Judy, despite the contact, despite the rear end of the car all sorts of kicked up, she's still in a transfer position battling with Tegan Robertson and Veronica Press. As you see the 232 now, we were talking about him, Jason Prescott. The idea, oh, he blows up! He blows up, so his usefulness will be already out of commission early with only 5 laps to go on the D-main. Connie Brooks and the 24 of Steve Holiday Jr., Peter Johnson, Bobby Savage, I believe that's Jamie Shaw, all battling for the win. Bobby Savage is gonna come out on top with Adam Patterson having a fantastic run there in second. I see Craig Butler, I see Matt Stern, and Bobby Savage will take the main number 1. Adam Patterson, Jamie Shaw, Steve Holiday Jr., Alana Minnis, Connie Brooks, Peter Johnson, Matt Stern, Darvin Alvin, Tegan Robertson, Veronica Press, and Aurora Jury, despite the damage, will transfer as well into the C mains. D main number 2, Lexi Percy, Alison Nolan, a British front row with Kip Lemon starting very well there in third. Lee Schmidt also having a good start. One of the extra Ashcroft cars there, the Marlisle car is one of the extra entries for Ashcroft Family Racing, helping prop up the 9 of Thomas Tucker. So we're gonna see quite a few of those in this weekend. In this qualifying process, Lexi Percy has a very good start. Actually, I was gonna say very good qualifying. No, she's on the D mains. Oh, there's contact! Clint Harrow into the back of Lee Schmidt. Kip Lemon involved. Kendall Hendrick involved. George Verschagen involved. Bobby Clark. A lot of cars. Brett Finley almost got into it. And that is gonna put a lot of cars behind the 8 ball. And that helps David Lamar. As you see, he restarted in third. And this puts this race on its head. A lot of cars that had a shot at qualifying are now damaged. Lee Schmidt trying to qualify with that damage. George Verschagen also trying. Rick Lewis into the back of David Lamar. Lamar trying to save it. He saves it. And then the 919 turns the 83. And that's instant karma. And Rick Lewis gonna be behind the 8 ball. No caution. That was on the apron. That allows a 4-car breakaway between Alexis, 6-car breakaway. Now, oh, there's contact! Lexi Percy into the back of Allison Nolan saves it! A fantastic save from the 38, as these 2-car tandems are very problematic early on here in Talladega. As you see, Ronnie Samples gets turned by the 43 of Lee Schmidt, and he's gonna fall all the way to the back. There's 5 laps to go, but the field's so spread away, the chance of him failing to qualify, despite that, is gonna be very, very small, as the front of the pack sees Lexi Percy on her way to winning. Lee Schmidt, despite the damage, will finish third. Alexis Wayman will take second. As you see, Ronnie Samples gonna finish in 8th place, Patrick Ashcroft in 6th, David Lamar in 9th, George Verschagen in 10th, with Rick Lewis and Ashley Elliott bringing the runs off the litter. And then we go to the first of the 2 C mains. Taryn McNeil starts up front with the 00 there of Michael Humphreys. 2 big surprises leading away. A lot of people expected them to be on the rank and file for D mains 1 and 2. Robert Burton also qualifying up there with Boyd Abbott. You see the field all together now, and Taryn McNeil leads the way. Jamal Schmidt hanging on a 4 wide. That's dangerous. There's contact, and Jamal Schmidt gets sent around by Michael Humphreys, which is an entry that was helped by Ernest Lewis Racing. So Mr. Ernest Lewis is probably not gonna be very happy about this one, as Boyd Abbott leads the way, hanging on to the first position. Luke Pellerin trying to gain a lot. The title contenders were put in a very problematic position, as you get a 4 wide. Robert Burton, Ashley Richardson, Connie Brooks. There you see the 39 of Alana Minnis. It's a mess. Grant Carsons is right there. It's a big schmozzle. Adam Patterson from 20th place blows up on lap number 19 out of 30, and he is not gonna qualify to the TriHard 500. As you see the pack spread away with that contact with Jamal Schmidt. Jamal Schmidt now behind the 8 ball and possibly out of the TriHard 500. That's gonna bring out a caution, and we're gonna have a restart. That's something that Schmidt needed a lot. And you see there the number 3 having a fantastic run there in second. Will Crawford, as the last lap begins, is right behind the 88 of Luke Pellerin, and there goes Crawford. Lucy Martin's also there, Ashley Richardson also there, AJ Murphy there, Matt Stern also in the fight. Marshall North appears. The pack is all together now as they come to the back straightaway. Crawford trying to win his qualifying race on the race sim car, having a very solid run. Is it gonna work? He dives into the inside. Ashley Richardson trying to get a look into it. And Luke Bellerin stuck on the outside, and Crawford now stuck on the outside. Ashley Richardson has a run. Here comes AJ Murphy, and AJ Murphy to the inside trying to win. This one's gonna be pretty close with a push from Marshall North. AJ Murphy is gonna win the first C-Main. And there you see the pole position for the C-Main. Tara McNeil will fail to qualify as you see the rest of the drivers making it into the race. Kira Downer, a very solid 9th place with Luke Bellerin, and Lucy Barton making it in. And there you see Charlie Faulkner leading the field to the second C-Main for the Marlisle Duels. This one's gonna be pretty close. As you see, Ibiki Murata also starting up front right there. And Mike Coxlong riding on the number 969 with a push from Caitlin Richler. There's a 4 wide for the lead of the race, and the 969 is gonna pull through for the lead. And these extra entries from expansion have performed very well when they've appeared. At a minimum, they didn't look foolish, and there's contact. Lucia Harper sends Kate Taylor around 9 laps in. Taylor's gonna get this one straightened up, but his chances of qualifying for the TriHard 500 now have taken a hit. As he merges behind the 93, Ashley Elliott blows up on lap number 9, and that is gonna bring out a caution with the smoke and oil pouring out of the 122. As you see by lap 10, Hunter Robertson running very strongly on the farm stop car. There is the 18 on McHenley for the lead. Jared Verstappen on lap 23 also blows up, and his shot on making into the Marlisle Duels is also done. And Verstappen's gonna have to settle for the back of the pack. But up front on the business end of the field with only 5 laps to go, Ibiki Murata working her way forward in the middle of the pack. Hunter Robertson right there, Patrick O'Hannigan also there, Caitlin Richler. It's a mess. No one knows who's gonna make it in. Lexi Percy finds herself in the lead. Jack Patterson appearing up front as well. Tony Hard on the inside. Lexi Percy got attacked there, almost got very loose out of shape. As she goes on the inside, rounding out the final corner, Percy leads on her way to winning 2 qualifiers in the qualifying process. And Lexi Percy's gonna block the inside, protect the line. And is it gonna be enough for Jack Patterson? No! Lexi Percy will win the second C-Main, and making it barely on the C-Main through the provisional. Charlie Faulkner, he finished 19th, just not enough to make it in the rankings. However, he does get that points provisional as he is a title contender. But he will need to score points to confirm that contendership in the race that comes right up next, the Marlisle Duels, as you see the rest of the drivers that qualified. As you see, the Marlisle Duels is going to be 125-mile races, 47 laps in this 2.66-mile circuit. It's gonna be a doozy. As you see, the weather's pretty fine, pretty hot, winds are very chill. This race is gonna be fun. Nick Bishop, the pole position for the TriHard 500, is gonna lead the first of the Marlisle Duels, which will define the inside line of the TriHard 500. He has a very solid start over the 59 of Lucas Calhoun. You see two of the extra David Tyner racing cars right there. Patrick O'Hannigan, there's contact early. Tammy Barton got into the back of Vernon Hargrove. There's contact, and it's a big one back there. Caution is already out. We got trouble. As you see, Cheryl Spark got tagged by the 24 Steve Holiday Jr. into his teammate Michael Humphreys. Clint Jefferson into the back of Connie Brooks. That's a 4-car incident, and we already have cars behind the 8th ball in the qualifying for the TriHard 500. As you go on board with Tammy Martin, she got into the back of Vernon Hargrove. Hargrove showing a lot of car control right there to not spin into the infield. As you see, Patrick O'Hannigan restarted on the outside. Lucas Calhoun took the lead when they ran around the field. And on lap number 6, that's our restart. Calhoun leads the way. FC Vernon Hargrove running in second place, having a very solid restart. This race has pretty much a full field, so it is a points race, which means for the title contenders, which we have 4 in this race, they're seeking to score as many points as possible, because we have in this race we have Lucy Martin, I believe we have Blake Chandler in this one, and we have Rebecca Pellerin and Luke Pellerin, so they're trying to score as many points as possible. In the case of Rebecca Pellerin, she's trying to protect her championship lead 4 wide. Vernon Hargrove cycled back into the back of the field. Lucas Calhoun, Tammy Barton, Joey Thorson. That's getting dangerous. That's getting dangerous. They make contact. Contact Hargrove into the back of the 59. Hargrove turns Lucas Calhoun, not intentionally, but it's still a turn. While in the front of the field, Robert Burton leads the proceedings. Clint Jefferson running second despite that first contact. He's having a solid run. The 51 of Bobby Savage also right there. Boyd Abbott also appearing up there. Patrick O'Hannigan into the pits from 25th place. He is out of contention now. But what I was gonna say is that here's the thing. For Rebecca Pellerin, she's trying to protect her championship lead, but Lucy Martin's also in this race, so it's a direct competition. And here comes the field for their first pit stops. The 22, the 29, the 24, the 0, everyone else comes in on the everyone else comes in. And we are gonna have pit stops in this race. Nobody has enough fuel to finish it, and the rules state that you gotta pit at least once. Lucas Calhoun will not return to the track with problems. Contact! Kira Downer gets turned, hits the inside wall, and she was already in the back of the field. She was already on her lonesome with the top last car right there. And a race that was already bad gets worse. As Aaron Ladd, he was with a chance of qualifying, blows up, and he will not put David Tyner in the TriHard 500 as Peter Johnson leads the way on lap number 27. There's contact there. Lynn Hodges tagged by the 58 of Ashley Richardson. Hold it, hold it, hold it. She loses control. Almost in front of Matt Stern. Big contact. Caution is in the air. That could have ended much worse than it did. Alec Hodges Jr. He hit the grass, spun around, and Matt Stern was this close to hitting him. This could have been disastrous. Patrick O'Hannigan, he had pitted in. I thought it was on the 8 ball. He actually did an alternate pit strategy and he undercut the field. He restarts in first. And Peter Johnson right behind him. The 22 Riley McKee also right there. I see Casey Lester making a 3 wide in the middle. Rebecca Pellerin also in this brawl. And it's going to be a matter of figuring out who you can trust, who you can work with in these final laps, as Boyd Abbott and O'Hannigan end up going to the pits, and it's because they're going to have to pit again. The field will have to pit again, and David Tyner himself will not put his team in the TriHard 500 as he blows up from the 31st position. Nick Bishop, your pole position for the TriHard 500, blows up. And here's the thing, because he's the pole position, he is not liable to start at the back if he gets involved in a crash. So regardless of what happens, they are gonna have an opportunity to fix that car across Seoul Saturday in the happy hour session to get it done with only 2 laps to go. No one has enough fuel to finish, so Patrick O'Hannigan was right in that assessment. Boyd Abbott was also right, and here comes John Jefferson bringing the field into the pits. Luke Pellerin and Rebecca Pellerin into the pits as well, and that's gonna cost them quite a few points. Tammy Barton in with 3 laps to go. Lucy Barton right there, she pitted earlier, and she finds herself in the lead with a position to win the Marlisle Duels #1 with Boyd Abbott right behind her. Patrick O'Hannigan also behind her, but she is saving fuel. She is saving fuel, and that means, if I'm not mistaken, Abbott and O'Hannigan are gonna be behind the number 98, and that means they won't qualify, just like Connie Brooks coming out of the pits right there, about to be lapped by Barton And there goes Barton with the lead as they get into turn number 3. The 20 of Emily Pauvin also right there, liable to fall out of contention as well. That's a battle for a transfer spot ahead of them. As they round out turn number 4, Lucy Martin's gonna pull a master stroke that will put her in a better position for the championship. Lucy Martin's gonna win the first Marlisle duel. And then second place is indeed gonna be Tammy Barton. Nelson Racing ekes out a 1-2. Rebecca Pellerin will finish in the top 10. But here's the thing, with Barton winning and this race being worth points, Rebecca Pellerin may have lost the championship lead. As you take a look at the final results, Nick Bishop in the 333, despite blowing up, he stayed on track, and with everyone pitting, he still finished in the top 5. And as you see, Luke Pellerin there 5th, Rebecca Pellerin there in 8th. And that's gonna throw a monkey wrench into the championship as the climate got a little bit colder for Marlisle Duel number 2. That might change the fuel situation if we don't have more than one caution period. As Megan McDonald, starting on the outside row, leads duel number 2, which will define the outside row for the TriHard 500. Kelly Ashcroft starting up front in this duel. Will she be able to hold that position? The 59 there trying to qualify as well. The Kingsford car, a very distinctive car, trying to make it in. And then there's the crew that is in the back of the field trying to win their way into the TriHard 500 as well. Andrew Atwood having a solid start. Ryan Faulkner appearing right there as well. And let's see what's gonna happen, because Blake Chandler is in this race, Thomas Tucker is in this race. They're trying to earn their spot in. And Blake Chandler now finds himself in the lead, and a win here would put him in a better position than Lucy Martin, as they are nose to tail in that battle for the title. So Chandler might be wanting to win this race more now to put himself with a better shot at winning the championship. Kristen Young running very strongly right there within the top 10. Luke Lanigan appearing up there as well. Rafaela Molina, Ruby Carson having very strong runs early. As you see, Ruby Carson now finds herself in the lead. Then you see one of the Carlisle cars, the 250, the 999 also up there as well. As the field starts to spread away, we have a few cars fighting up front, but this one's gonna be a very measured race, at least in these early goings on. Dion Haddon's gonna be the first taker of pit stops, I believe, on lap number 15 out of 47. And there you see on lap 16, Jesus, that's a late commitment from Ryan Faulkner. He will retain the lead into the pits. As you see the whole pack coming in, that's almost the entire field coming in. Only a few drivers do not enter this time around, and they will come out on the next lap. Ryan Faulkner comes in, comes out in the lead. And as you see everyone coming out together, it's a traffic jam at 60 miles an hour coming out of the pit roads here in Talladega. The second group comes in. You see Thomas Tucker in this group, in the tail end of this group. Ryan Faulkner will go through Tony Hart to retain the lead now, with the 52 of Ibiki Murata fighting too as well. Ryan Faulkner trying to win his first career race in the North American Auto Club. However, because of the rookie showcase later this week, with Hunter Robertson going up in smoke on lap 21, with the rookie show, oh, contact, the 94 of Andrew Cross involved. Something happened right there that caused Andrew Cross to get into the wall. Patrick Eastman also done. Let's see the replay. When the 888 slowed down, the 94 tagged Patrick Eastman, and he also got a lot of damage, and Andrew Cross and Patrick Eastman are going to be out of the battle. 38 of Ollie Sandy O'Nolan, 34 of Megan McDonald also involved. That could have ended even worse. And Ollie Sandy O'Nolan is going to give bye-bye to his chances of qualifying to the TriHard 500, as Kelly Ashcroft leads the pack for the restart on lap number 28. What I was going to say is that Ryan Faulkner is seeking his first career win, but because the rookie showcase is happening this weekend, this means none of the races are gonna count for Rookie of the Year, as Barry Juvenile is gonna go into the pits, try to do the same strategy that did not work last time around for his teammate Patrick O'Hannigan, as Thomas Tucker finds himself now up front trying to hang on, because that would put him in a very good position, him and Blake Chandler. As you see the second group of cars pitting in on lap 37, lap 38, it's time for Ryan Faulkner. He's trying to steal this one together with Blake Chandler appearing up there, Lee Schmidt also. This is gonna be a very big battle, trying to see who qualifies. Kelly Ashcroft brings the second group on lap number 39. Tony Hart stays out, Ronnie Samples comes in, Brett Finley comes in, Kirk Jones also comes in. And let's see what's gonna happen. Coming out of the pits, Brett Finley is gonna be overtaken. Is he? Is he gonna get overtaken by Ryan Faulkner? Faulkner to the lead of the race with only 5 laps to go. Lee Schmidt on the battle there as well. And here comes Finley on the inside. And there goes Brett Finley hanging on the inside with the 99 of Kelly Ashcroft appearing up there. This one's gonna be very close by. And Ashcroft on the inside with only 2 laps to go, being pushed by Ryan Faulkner. Right behind them is Jenny Irving and Ollie Sandy O'Nolan. Lee Schmidt right there, 96 of Tony Hart also up there. Blake Chandler trying to earn a few extra points for the title hunt. Thomas Tucker is in the back of the field. Regardless of what happens, he qualifies for the TriHard 500, but he's gonna lose a few points entering the final race if that result stands. White flags in the air, Barry Juvenile and Mega McDonald about to be lapped. This is gonna be for the transfer spot, I believe. It's either the transfer spot or they're out of it. And there goes Ashcroft to the inside of McDonald. Is it gonna work? McDonald hangs on. Juvenile 2 laps. I believe Juvenile is 1 lap behind McDonald actually. And 3 wide. Here comes Ryan Faulkner on the inside. Here comes Jenny Irving and Tony Hart on the inside as well. Faulkner steals the lead, rounding out the final corner. Coming to the Tri-Oval, Blake Chandler, Rookie of the Year, right there. Lee Schmidt also in the back there, but there is not gonna be enough time for any moves. Ryan Faulkner enters the Tri-Oval with the lead to get his first career North American Auto Club win. The 89, Ryan Faulkner. And as you see Tony Hart in second, you see all the cars that qualify right there. With Mega McDonald finishing in 4th place, this means the top 20 makes it in, except Wallace Turner, because Thomas Tucker finished in 19th. That's the final transfer spot, and that's gonna be the field for the TriHard 500, the 40-car field for the TriHard 500, with 19 qualifying on Marlisle Duel number 1, 19 qualifying in Marlisle Duel number 2, and this one is setting up to be fantastic. As you see the rest of the results, Alexis Wyman, Lee Schmidt, Kelly Ashcroft for her final race, she will qualify. Brett Finley, Ronnie Samples, Ruby Carson, Ibiki Murata, Rafaela Molina, Lexi Percy, Lucia Harper, Corbin Dempsey, so the Shield cars all make it in. Scott Overton, Caitlin Richler, Luke Lenigan also making it in. Wallace Turner was short by a little bit. And entering the final race of the season, Lucy Barton now has taken the lead of the championship over Rebecca Pellerin by 4 points. Blake Chandler 7 points behind, Luke Pellerin 8 points behind. And with his 19th place result, Thomas Tucker falls 10 points. And he's now 22 points behind the championship leader. So the championship now is as close as it could have possibly been. The TriHard 500 is gonna be a hell of a decider. And I will see you shortly.